Alright guys, this is Talon and I'm doing a tutorial on the side flip today. Fun enough, I got a nice location to film it in, the beach, with the waves in the background, which makes it kind of hard to hear. But basically what this flip is you're doing, it uses blocking technique like in gymnastics. With the side flip you're rotating sideways. So the first thing you're going to be doing is the block, or the punch. You're redirecting your forward momentum into upwards momentum. With a front flip, you're running forward and you block like that. What you're doing is you're springing off your toes. With the side flip, you're going to block sideways. So it looks like this. The idea behind it is your forward momentum, you do a little skip and your forward momentum hits the ground like that at an angle and it launches you into the air. So this is something that the more you drill, the easier it'll be for you to actually do the flip because you'll get more height. And then you want to go into the setup for the tuck. What I like to do is I swing my arms like this. So my upper arm goes either in front of my face or behind my head. And the lower arm swings out. The outside leg of your flip, you're bringing this, you're tucking it tight, and you're kind of pushing it out to the side to help with the rotation. So it looks like this when you go in the air. And at that point you grab your knees and rotate. So let's take a look at this. So for this flip, it's really important to do both sides because practicing just one side of something will make your muscles become unbalanced because they're working a certain way on one side but not on the other. And it can lead to bad posture and stuff. And this is like a serious problem with a lot of free runners and parkour athletes. So make sure you practice both sides. It can be really awkward at first to try that other one. But if you start out learning both sides at once, it'll be easier in the long run. So go for it. This is what the other side looks like. When you're trying the side flip for the first time and you're scared to really go for it and stuff, you obviously don't want to be practicing this on any kind of hard surfaces. So if you're comfortable with it, you can just roll with grass or carpet. Carpet's actually pretty hard, but it's a good idea to get like some couch cushions or pillows and blankets and things and just pile them on your floor, or maybe an old mattress in the backyard or something, and just use that as a mat for the first few times you try it to make sure you're not going to hurt yourself when you go for it. The cool thing with the side flip is it's actually not that bad to under rotate. You can pretty much just land and like save yourself with your hands. It's not like the front flip where you can land on your tailbone and that hurts. But the side flip is really nice. You land sideways. So sometimes you'll under rotate it, like I showed you. Other times you can over rotate it. Believe me, this has happened to me on level ground before, especially once you're getting to that point where you're actually getting strong enough to do the complete side flip. You're not going to untuck early enough because you're used to not making it all the way around. And so you're going to fall extra far. So in that scenario, all it takes is a simple side roll out of it, which usually comes in the form of, it's the same form as a back roll. So you're going down on one hip and going over your opposite shoulder. Okay, so the next thing you can try with the side flip is going off the stuff or across big gaps. This is pretty easy to do with a side flip as opposed to like a front flip or a back flip because you can spot the ground while you're leaving and while you're opening after you've rotated. So if you're at a beach too, this is a great place to practice it if you can find some tall dunes. Just practice it down the dunes because even if you land wrong, it's sloped enough that you can pretty much just slide down unharmed. Otherwise, you can practice this in a gym with mats or just onto wood chips are actually a really good impact absorber. Just make sure you don't cut yourself. Also, grass is pretty good depending on how soft it is. So all you're going to be doing for this, especially if you're trying to get a distance with the flip, you want to really make sure you're throwing out and not so much up like you do with the level ground side flip. You're going out, jumping out like that, then you tuck in, and you're gonna open a little bit earlier. Depending on the height, you wanna open up earlier because you're gonna slowly rotate down to land on your feet. If you stay tucked, you can over-rotate and land on your back or something bad. Unless you're trying to do a double side flip, you don't wanna do that. Okay, so you noticed in the first clip of me doing the side flip, I landed and I kinda did this QM thing out of it. QM is quadrupedal movement. It's where you go on all fours. Basically what I'm doing is I'm landing on my feet and then I'm catching myself with my hands. They go 1, 2, and then my feet come out behind me. It actually has a lot of the same physics involved as the shoulder roll. You're just displacing momentum without actually rolling. Another way you can land out of a tall side flip, like really big drops and stuff, is the roll. Stay safe. And that's all for this tutorial, guys. So I'll see you next week on another one, and peace out.